Greetings, friends. I am Wraith King, and welcome to the Dark Kingdom. Today, we're yet again having another one of my chill talk videos. If you're new to the channel here, I like to just talk about anything. Anything at all. Could be about games, could be about movies, and I'm planning to make my next chill talk about a film. But, until then, today we are talking about... oh man, this is a subject that I believe I touched on a few times on this channel, but never in a full-fledged video. I'm going to use one game as an example, and it's probably going to be a part of the thumbnail. Some games are just too expensive to play. One of these definitely being Destiny. Destiny 2. This game is so unbelievably expensive to play, especially on consoles, because not only do you have to, buy the console itself, but you have to pay a Game Pass to even access this game. And this is very weird because on PlayStation 4 right now, and of course on PlayStation 5, you can play every other game that's free to play right now, as far as I know, for free, and you don't have to pay the Game Pass to actually experience it. Now, I understand that there are activities you can play in Destiny without the subscription, but you cannot play with your friends, you cannot add anyone to your fire team, you cannot play in Crucible, you cannot play in raids, strikes. I think you get it. The most you can do is play in the open world and play through the story, which is actually nice. It's nice that you can play through the campaign at least. But loads of content you will not have access to if you do not pay, the Game Pass, whether that be on Xbox or PlayStation 4 or 5 or so on and so forth. You have to pay the subscription on these consoles if you want to access the most of the game. On top of that, you have to pay for the expansions that the game comes with, and including the Season Pass. And I understand you're probably thinking, oh, the Season Pass is just usually cosmetics, right? Well, yes, that's how it is for most free-to-play games. Cosmetics and a lot of really cool skins. Maybe you might get a few story things in there, here and there, but most of the time it's always just skins and cosmetics. Just all of that is what is usually on a Season Pass. Apologies for using Fortnite's Season Pass as an example, but it is a pretty good one. I have a fascinating video coming out on that ridiculous game in the future, but moving on. Fortnite's Season Pass is just cosmetics. And the same is said for Rogue Company and other games like this. The Season Pass is not essential to play the game. Shooter games and Battle Royale games like Apex and Fortnite are very different though. Although they do have a Season Pass, they're entirely different games. So let's use a different game as an example. One that is also a looter shooter and is equally as popular, Warframe. Warframe and Destiny are both very similar, especially in the quality department. They are probably one of the most detailed and complex games I have ever seen to be free to play. Warframe might have a little bit more going on in the content department, but they're both very fun games and share a lot of similarities, and I can see why the Warframe players and the Destiny players jump between the two quite often. But the reason I'm using Warframe as an example is because that game is entirely free to play. There have been several expansions, more than that even, in Warframe, and every last one of them I did not pay for. I don't have to pay for a Season Pass in Warframe. The pass that they do have is entirely free. I didn't have to pay for this pass. I get all the cosmetics simply by playing the game. I don't know how the developers of this game do it, but it's here. The entire game is free to play. Yes, you can buy things from the game, you can buy Warframes, but literally every item down to every Warframe and weapon you can earn just by playing through the game without dropping a dime. Recently, some of the cosmetics do require paid platinum. If you're wondering what platinum is, it is the premium currency in Warframe, but honestly, I don't really mind that all that much. I have no issue with dropping a few dollars on a game that never asks me to spend money. But even the small things that they do charge you for are all cosmetics. None of them are weapons. None of them are warframes or have anything to do with progression. Nothing in Warframe charges you for progression or for following the story or anything like that. The entirety of the game is basically free. You could download Warframe right now regardless of your platform. Well, unfortunately, I do believe you have to pay the Game Pass on Xbox because I hear they're pretty tight about the Game Pass over there, but that's aside the point. My point is that you have to pay a lot of money on Destiny if you want to get the chunk of the content out of here. That's why I brought up Warframe. Warframe is essentially a free game. Especially if you're on PC and you don't have a console, like let's say you don't have an Xbox and you have a PC. If you still have to pay Game Pass on Xbox to play this, you don't have to on PC. So you can enjoy Warframe on both PC and PS4 and 5 for absolutely free. Now, it has been a while since I've played on Xbox, and the last time I did play on the Xbox was the latest model, not the brand new one, was the Xbox One. I had to pay the Game Pass to actually play Warframe. So if that has changed, awesome, but as far as I'm concerned, you still have to pay the Game Pass to play most of the games there, and that really does suck. But aside from all that, that's a video for another time. You can download Warframe right now and not have to pay for the Season Pass and not have to pay for any of the expansions. All of the expansions on Warframe are entirely free. They're releasing a brand new expansion that is massive in just a few months. And guess what? It's free. The new weapons, the story, the characters, you get to experience literally all of that for free. You don't have to drop a dime to experience that. But in Destiny, I do have to drop a dime. I have to drop a lot of dimes. And the expansions in Warframe, like I said, are free. And I essentially do the same thing in those expansions that I do over here. There's usually a long, drawn-out story, and then there's a massive grind to get a weapon I'm probably never going to use. It's the same thing in Warframe, over and over again. But you know what? That's an alright gameplay loop. I like getting cool weapons, and I like playing with my friends all the same. But there's a strong difference here. I don't have to pay Game Pass for Warframe. I don't have to pay for the expansion for Warframe. I don't have to pay for the Season Pass in Warframe. Every time there is a Season Pass, all of the cosmetics, all of the gifts that they give you on the pass, are entirely free. I don't know how DE does it. Digital Extremes, by the way, they are the creators of Warframe. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. The game is entirely free to play. Every expansion, every update, all the Warframes, all the weapons, you don't have to drop a dime for. No, I'm not trying to say that one game is better than the other. I am a massive fan of Destiny. I love this game. Both me and my friends have made countless lore bits for our Guardians. We love this game. But my goodness, is it expensive to play. And the reason I'm making this video isn't to scold Bungie, it isn't to make fun of them, it isn't to discourage them at all. If anything, it's to encourage them to try something different. To try a different path. Because right now, it's a little too expensive, as I mentioned earlier. The game charges you to do a lot of its premium activities. A lot of the things in other games would be free. Like I said, Warframe is pretty much the same thing, in quality especially. Warframe has a lot of quality and a lot of content in there. It's an extremely high quality game, yet they can come out with these expansions that are entirely free to play, and the story is always extremely well done. Yet they don't charge me a dime for any of it. And I think that's something to learn, don't you think? That should be something Bungie should take into account. That probably its biggest competitor, no, I'd say this is its biggest competitor, Warframe, is giving expansions for free. I think that's something Bungie should learn from. I'm not saying they should just make all of their expansions for free, But it's definitely something to think about. We already have to pay for so much just to enjoy their game, and I don't think I can see myself doing this for much longer. I really do like Destiny, like a lot. I truly do enjoy this game, but I just don't think I can afford it right now, and I have a feeling I'm not alone. But Bungie, if any of the developers are watching this, maybe you should try to rethink the whole Game Pass thing, at least. I think that's probably the biggest issue here with this whole too expensive problem, is I don't mind buying expansions for $30 here and there, or maybe even more than that, maybe $40 or even $60 for an expansion. And a season pass isn't that bad. $10 is nothing, really. But perhaps they should try to rethink the Game Pass thing, because at this point, it's getting just a little obsolete, with PC being a really big thing right now. And on PC, I don't have to drop a dime when it comes to a Game Pass on Destiny. I don't have to do anything with the Game Pass. There is no Game Pass on PC. The expansions are very costly still, and that's another problem in itself. Like I said, that's something Bungie should think about. But as far as consoles are concerned, I think the Game Pass should be, well, a thing of the past. I think they should move on from that, as many other games, well, have moved on from that. I look forward to the day I can just play this game without spending so much money. Usually in these videos, I like to recommend a game, but right now, I love Destiny. I really love Destiny 2. This game and its entire franchise, both the first game and the second game, are magical. And say what you will about some parts in the stories being a little strange, but the game is magical. It's a lot of fun, and I've been enjoying it, but at the same time, it's a little too expensive. I'd say give it some time and let the developers try to move on or think of something else. Maybe, hopefully this video will get out. I would love for the developers just to rethink the whole Game Pass thing. I know that's a lot of ties that have to be broken, but I think that might be the best choice here for consoles, at least for now. Like I said, the whole free expansion thing, that's something you might want to think about, Bungie, but like I said, Warframe's doing it somehow, some way, yet they're maintaining that amazing quality with all of their expansions. Their game looks great, they have so much content, and I hate to play this card, but Destiny 2 players will understand, Warframe hasn't sunset a single thing yet. Me personally, I'm gonna keep an eye on this game for you guys. I'll keep coming back to it every once in a while and see if anything has changed. But in the meantime, my fellow gamers, I love you all very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, no hard feelings to Destiny 2 fans out there. I myself am a fan. I'm not saying Warframe's a better game. I'm not saying Destiny 2 is a better game. I'm just saying that, hey, maybe they could learn one thing from each other, and maybe one day we can see a more free-to-play Destiny 2. But in the meantime, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.